Hello, you beautiful people. So I'm actually recording a new part for this. I'm kind of excited because it's been a while, but here we go. After realizing it was Aizawa who picked you up. You said, "Why?" in a very faint voice, and you passed out. Aizawa caught you and rested your head on his shoulder. Your tears had stopped when you passed out. Soon police and some pro heroes that your parents or friends with came and saw what happened. One of them said, "Ma'am, this is going to scar her when she gets older. We should put all caution into our future as we can." President Mike chimed in and said, "This is going to scar her pretty bad." Then a little bit of silence happened after Aizawa came out with you passed out, blood-soaked, and a pale face from fear. All the pro heroes who had came had the same face, a sad and fearful face for you. The police had captured the men who had killed your parents and drove them off to jail. Mr. Aizawa brought you to the doctor to make sure you were okay. The doctor said that you were fine, that you got exhausted, ran out of breath because you said you were hyperventilating a little bit, which caused you to faint. The pro heroes asked, who would take care of Listener? In a concerned voice, Mr. Aizawa immediately volunteered. You sure? It's going to be hard, and this is especially going to scar her. Don't you think it might be hard taking care of her and doing hero work, especially because you normally work at night? Midnight said, "Yeah, I'm sure," Aizawa said. Their parents would like it if they were with someone who they knew. Aizawa brought you up to his house, and he put you to bed. Hi, so this is me adding on a little bit to the part that I recorded earlier. So, he took you up to his bedroom so you could get comfortable while he cleaned up his apartment a little bit. When he sat down on his couch for a nap, not even 10 minutes in his nap, there was a knock at the door. It was President Mike, Midnight, and All Might. Aizawa let them in. Midnight asked, "Where was Listener?" Sleeping in my room." Aizawa replied. They went up to where his bedroom was. All Might was the first one in the room. Aizawa, he said, "You were struggling to get down from the bed." When Midnight and Aizawa got up to his room, he went in and helped you off of the bed. You were facing the bed with your head held down. Aizawa made you turn around and face him and the other two heroes. When you looked up, you had a blank expression. Your eyes were dull. There was no shine in your eyes either. Neither was there a smile across your face like normal. Instead, your expression was no emotions. Not even sadness was in your face, just a dull expression. You received wide stares from the pros. Your whole life then was just medication, counseling, school, home, over and over again. You had to take depression pills to help with your depression and a few other kind of prescriptions. Today was your first day going to UA. You didn't really care about going. That morning, you woke up to your alarm. You made your bed, grabbed water from your nightstand, and grabbed a few of your pills, then took them. After, you placed the water bottle back down, got ready for your first day at UA. You didn't talk much. You didn't like talking. When you got downstairs, you put on your backpack and shoes. Aizawa, who you would call Dad, was sitting on the couch for you to come down. You excited? President Mike asked from the kitchen. You shrugged. You didn't care about going to UA or any school. You knew your way around the school because your Uncle All Might and Aunt Midnight worked there as teachers, and they would bring you there to show you around. When you entered the classroom, you immediately sat down. You didn't care what the other students might have said. You didn't care if they said hello or any kind of greetings to you. Ida came up to you and said that it was a pleasure meeting you because he knew how you got in by recommendations because he didn't see you in an entrance exam. You looked away from him and nodded a little bit, not caring about what he said. He walked away and greeted the other students. You sat your head down and waited for Aizawa to come in and start teaching. It was around 10 minutes until he came in and started teaching. Then, a little bit in the day, he said it was time to go practice training. You weren't fighting, because it was only your first day. Instead, you were practicing hero skills. Aizawa put you in an obstacle race with Ojiro, Sero, and Bakugo. He chose the best kids he thought that would do good for mobility for the course. Your quirk was to where you could transform your hands, feet into any animal you wanted. You could make them have cat paws and cat feet, or a mixture between different animals. You could also change your nose and eyes into different kind of animal parts. You can make yourself have animal ears and animal tail, but you would always hide your quirk when you're not using it. A whistle blew and Ojiro and Bakugo and Sero went flying off into the obstacle course. Then you changed yourself into cat paws, fox ears to hear well, and a bear nose to smell good. Then you changed your feet to an animal with a lot of strength and jumped high in the air. You jumped at least 40 to 60 feet in the air. Then you changed your paws to a heavy animal so you could lower yourself to the ground. When you got close, you changed them back while landing on a thin, small wire. Then you jumped off it and started running and jumping on little metal pieces in the air and dodged wires and different little objects. You soon got in front of Ojiro, then Sero. Everyone was shocked at how fast you were. Then soon you got in front of Bakugo. He was furious. So you went as fast as he could, but you were still in front of him. When you reached the finish line a few seconds before he did, all of your classmates were really surprised on how fast you were. Then you changed back.